Well, hello people, welcome to our material. Hope you will get the knowledge in it. A play to history of English language and literature.
Justice
Islamic Institute
of
Surakarta.
English Letters for C.
Middle English Period by
Ridwan Zindani.
and Fidella Arya Dewi.
What is Middle English period?
The English that was used from 1100 to 1500 is called Middle English. This Middle English literature corresponds to the medieval period, establishment of Norman and Angevin dynasties, internal struggle between king, clergy, noble, and people.
General movement of times.
The rise of the religious orders, the blossoming of chivalry, the spirit of romance, bringing sympathy for women and poor, the crusade, widening European outlook, the Renaissance.
Features of A.
The first, the transition. The second, the period of transition and of experiment. The third, the anonymous nature without known authors. The fourth, the domination of poetry.
Important words.
The vision of William concerning PIERS, the PLOWMAN-WILLIAM LANGLAND BRUT-LAZAMON.
And
Middle English period divided into 4 general ages.
first, the early period. Second, the 13th century. Third, the 14th century. Fourth, the 15th century. First, the early period.
The early period, poetry is the principal form of literary expression. Several poems in early Middle English are extant and written in Old English. Is interested on linguistic and prosodic purposes rather than literary.
Second, the 13th century.
Continues in the tradition of Anglo-Saxon prose directed toward ordinary people rather than polite society. The Romance, an important continental narrative art form, was introduced in England. 13th century works retain elements of the Anglo-Saxon heroic tradition.
Third, the 14th century.
The latter portion of the 14th century also saw not only the consolidation of English as a written language and a shift to secular writing. William Caxton printed 4/5 of his works in English, which helped to standardize the language and expand the vocabulary.
Fourth, the 15th century.
Literary work is mostly satiric and combines medieval and Renaissance elements. Morality play probably arose in part from the desire of religious writers to teach the principles of Christian. The medieval drama, liturgical plays, mystery plays.
characteristic.
Literature in English written only by the common people until the 14th century. Upper-class authors wrote in French.
Derivative, variant, didactic, critical.
Writers modeled their work after others instead of trying to be original. Many styles, genres, and tones mean to teach or instruct. Poked fun at or criticized social conditions.
Key events 1066.
The Normans conquered England, replacing the native English nobility with Anglo-Normans and introducing Norman French as the language of government in English.
13 and 84.
John Wycliffe died, having promoted the first complete translation of scripture into the English language, or we can call it the Wycliffe Bible.
1400.
Geoffrey Chaucer died, having produced a highly influential body of English poetry.
14 and 30.
The Chancery Office began record-keeping in the form of East Midland English, which became the written standard of English.
14 and 76.
William Caxton brought printing to England, thus promoting literacy throughout the population. Thanks to our beloved lecturer.
Cheerio!